Hi guys, and welcome to the Plant-Based Kitchen with Kristina. I'm your host, Chef Kristina Bedoya, and I'm excited to share some delicious recipes with you today. I'm a chef that's worked in the culinary industry since 2018, and I'm also a nutritionist. So I love to cook food that's healthy and delicious. And I think you're really going to enjoy the recipes that we're going to cook with you today. Today's recipe is Kale Waldorf Salad. Kale is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, meaning that it packs a punch of nutrients with very little calories. It's rich in fiber, which helps us to feel full and helps to control our blood sugar, so it helps to prevent against diseases such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Kale is also rich in antioxidants, which help our bodies fight inflammation. And lastly, kale helps to detoxify our bodies, as most green foods do. The ingredients include 4 cups chopped kale, 1 large apple chopped, 3 stalks celery chopped, half a cup of walnuts, a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons extra of dates, 2 tablespoons of mustard, 2 tablespoons water, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. This produce can be purchased from Hingham Farmers Market, which is the 3rd oldest farmers market in Massachusetts. The website is hinghamfarmersmarket.org. I'd like to introduce our co-host and Hingham resident, Annie Hughes.
My name is Annie Hughes, and I'm 11 in 5th grade at South Elementary School.
All right, so Annie, today we're making a kale salad. We have our kale here, but we need to also prep the rest of our ingredients. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to cut our celery. Can you hand me, we're going to use about 3 stalks of celery.
Okay.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, so we're going to chop these. So I can do an example, and then you want to help me chop some?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what I like to do is I like to cut it in half. And then I'm actually going to do it again. The reason is because these are going to be in our salad, and we want nice little bite-sized pieces. Because when you eat a salad or you take a bite into something and they're too big, it kind of messes up the experience. We want nice little bite-sized pieces. All right, and then we can do them one at a time, and then we're just going to chop really little. Okay, so you see the size of these? I think these are pretty good for our salad. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll help you by prepping this one. All right, and then you can go one by one, and you're just going to chop like that. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
It does.
So, oh, you
so
cut.
I'm
You
a
use.
lefty.
You. I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
so,
I was gonna say. Okay, very interesting. So, what I would do is when you hold the celery, you want to tuck your fingers in a little bit. That's perfect. Tuck your fingers in. There you go. Safety first. Perfect. All right, how do those look?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, right? All right, let's add them to our salad. So we're gonna add them here. We have our kale measured out, but we use about 3 to 4 cups. All right, and then we're just gonna slide them right down into our salad. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop some of our dates. So, have you ever had a date before?
Nope.
No? Okay, so they're dried fruit, kind of like a really big raisin.
Okay.
All right, so can you hand me our dates? Perfect. All right, so these also are going to go right in our salad, and then we're going to save a few because it's going to go in our dressing as well.
Okay.
Because these are really sweet, so this is going to give our dressing a nice little sweet flavor. Sound good? Okay. So we can measure out about a 1/4 cup. I'll do a little heaping quarter cup. So let's see, how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so like 7 dates. Okay? And so these, same idea, we're gonna cut them in half. These are really sticky, these are a little bit harder.
Okay.
So you're gonna go like this, cut them into bite-sized pieces. Okay, I'll do a few so you can see.
Yeah, that looks hard.
It's not that hard, it's just sticky. We're just learning today,
Yeah.
practicing our skills. Okay, ready?
Yes.
All right.
So like into thirds?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it has to be exact. Just little bite-sized pieces is what we're going for. Perfect. Alrighty, let's add them to our salad. These we could just grab with our hands and just sprinkle them in. Once we get all of our ingredients in here, then we can start working on our dressing.
Okay.
So our next ingredient is an apple. Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your favorite kind of apple?
Probably like a green apple.
The green
but
ones?
Yeah.
Oh, rats. I got a red apple today. I got a Honeycrisp apple.
Okay.
Because it also is very sweet as well, and I think it goes really good with the kale.
All right.
All right, so if you want to hand me our apple. Perfect. Okay, so our Honeycrisp apples. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna core it, which means we're just gonna actually just cut around the core today.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and we can go ahead and clean our cutting board. Put these aside. Okay. And for these, I'm going to cut them into long strips like this. All right, I left some here for you, Annie.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Let me see. Okay, that's perfect. So for this, we're going to use half. That's going to be a topping for our salad. And we're going to save half, and that's going to go in our dressing as well.
Okay.
So our dressing is using all natural ingredients. That means we're not adding any sugar, any table sugar. It's all the sugar for our dressing is all going to come from our dates and our apples.
All right.
Sound good? All right. Well, let's see. Let's measure about half. Does that look like about half?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So this can go into our salad. You want to add it in?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So look at all these wonderful colors now. It's really coming together, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the last thing we're going to add, or one of the last things we're adding as a topping, is going to be our walnuts.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to use about a 1/3 cup of walnuts that we're going to add into our salad as a topping. And for these, we can just do a nice little rough chop. So these are kind of tricky. I'll do these. Okay. And would you like to measure that out? Make sure we have about a 1/3 cup of walnuts.
Maybe a little more.
A little more? Sounds good to me. Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. And you can add that right directly into our salad. Perfect. And we'll get all these little crunchy pieces in there too. So these are for texture, right? Our walnuts, the celery, and the apple. So with every bite, there's going to be different textures in there, nice and crispy and crunchy.
Okay. Yeah.
Good? Okay. Cool. Okay, so Annie, are you ready to make our dressing?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to put all of our ingredients directly into our blender.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. We're going to do our 1/4 cup of walnuts. This is a heaping 1/4 cup. Do you know what that means?
Like there's more than an actual quarter.
Exactly. Awesome. So yeah, so it's kind of like coming out of the top. So we have a heaping 1/4 cup of our walnuts, and then 2 tablespoons of dates. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have about 5 dates here. Perfect. And then the rest of our apple. Remember how we saved half of it?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and add the other half of our apple into our blender. All right, and now for our liquid ingredients. So I have measured out here 2 tablespoons of water. We can add that in. And then you have an important job because you're going to measure our apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
All right, so this brings a little bit of acidity to our dressing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? And we're going to do 1 tablespoon. So you can hold it over here if you'd like, and we're going to measure out 1 of those. That's fine. With dressings too, we can always taste it and adjust seasonings as needed. So if it
Yeah.
needs a little more salt, we'll add it. A little more sweetness, we can add another date or 2.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And then the last thing we're gonna add is well actually we have 2 more things. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of mustard and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So if you wanna grab our mustard from our picnic basket, or you could leave our salt, we'll grab that after. So,
Okay.
okay. So we can add our apple cider vinegar. Okay, and then we're going to measure out 2 tablespoons of our mustard.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
So it's about 1.
That looks good.
Okay, wait, how? Okay.
Just like that. You got it.
It's hard to get out. It like comes out when you don't expect it to. Okay.
Perfect. And then
See?
you could use that same spoon to scrape it right into our blender. All right, and the last thing that's going into our dressing is our salt, and we're gonna do about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna add, we can do salt and pepper to taste. We're gonna do about a 1/4 teaspoon. Sound
Okay,
good?
yeah.
All right, let's do it. And again, we'll taste test it and we'll adjust it if we need to.
Okay.
All right, so let's blend this up.
Okay.
All righty. Okay. All right, so you're gonna do the honors and you're going to blend our dressing.
Okay, do I just push this?
You just push it.
Okay.
Okay, we can pause it. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit more water so that it catches, and we're gonna scrape down the sides.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Smoke.
All righty. All right, so I'm going to scrape down the sides a little bit. Let's do it again. Okay, let's do it one more time. We'll move it over to dressing and give it another shot. All right, let's take a look. Sometimes you might need to scrape down the sides and just add more liquid, but let's see what we got.
Pretty good.
Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be really yummy. All right, let's give it a little taste test and see if we need to adjust anything. One for you and one for me.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good job. Alrighty, let's add it to our salad and then we're ready to eat.
Okay.
So now we're going to transfer this to our mixing bowl so that we can add the salad and make sure everything gets mixed nice and well.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So we can add a little bit at a time to make sure everything gets coated, and then we'll mix it and then we'll add a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. So and we're just going to use the tongs. Go like this. And mix it around. You want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Looks good. All right, let's add a little bit more of our dressing. Okay, mix it a little bit more. That looks good. What I like to do is get the stuff from the bottom. Those little crunchies go to the bottom. Kind of like fold it around like that. We can even turn the bowl. Kind of like that. All right, I think we got one more round of dressing. Here, you can hold on to those. I wish I had my spatula today. That makes it a lot easier,
Yeah.
but we'll get it. It's really rich and creamy, so it's getting stuck down there. We'll get it. See, I'm kind of like scraping around. Okay, looks good. Let's give it one more little mix. Perfect. What do you think? How does it look?
Looks pretty good.
It looks good and it
Yeah.
was pretty easy, right? Came together really easy and really quick. This can be a meal in itself. You can add a little bit of protein to it if you'd like, or it can be a side with lunch or dinner, or you can serve it at maybe a little barbecue or now that the summer is coming. It's a nice, really crisp, fresh salad, all fresh whole food ingredients, and really super yummy. Let's try it. Okay, let's taste test our Kale Waldorf salad. I have 3 taste testers joining me today. I'd like to introduce Hingham residents.
Hi, I'm Gwen Hughes, and I'm Annie's mom.
I'm Annie Hughes.
I'm Elaine Sorrentino. I work for Social Conservatory in Hingham.
Wonderful, thank you for joining me. Let's eat.
All right.
This looks great.
Yeah.
I really love the dressing.
Wonderful. Yes, it gives it a nice little sweet and tangy flavor.
I love the sweetness in it, and I love the surprise of the fruits that are in here.
Wonderful, thank you.
For me, I really like the taste of the apple.
Yeah.
How it's like,
A little crunch.
yeah.
This could be a good way to get kids to eat kale,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is not the easiest.
It's not, and I think the sweetness is what kind of makes it enjoyable, and I think that kids will like. And there's no added sugar, which is great. It's all natural sweetener from the dates and the apples.
I like that you left the walnuts whole and didn't crunch them up.
Yes, thank you.
Gives us extra crunch.
Yeah, exactly. And if you'd like at home, you can toast them as well. Thank you for watching Plant-Based Kitchen with Kristina. We hope you enjoyed the show.